everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I am going to be unboxing and reviewing the 4K picture for my most anticipated 4K release of the year. And it is, of course, John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. Now, I'm still struggling to believe that I'm actually holding this release in my hands. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's such an underrated John Carpenter movie. I never thought it was ever going to get the 4K treatment. So all the credit goes to Arrow Video, not just for giving us such a beautiful looking edition, but for once again delivering on another fantastic 4K transfer. I'll get more into that now very, very soon. Now, if you're not particularly aware of this movie, like I said, directed by John Carpenter, and it stars Sam Neill. And it's about this renowned author going by the name of Sutter Kane. And he has written his next masterpiece, which is called In the Mouth of Madness. The thing is, he has disappeared, along with the novel. So his publisher has brought in Sam Neill to investigate his whereabouts, and his investigation brings him to the small town of Hobbs End. And let's just say that the borders between reality and fiction really start to crumble. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I do not want to ruin it for anyone. It's a movie that really lives up to its title. And I have to tell you, I love the setting of this movie, but then again, I am a big sucker when it comes to small town horror movies. Some of the practical effects that you see throughout look amazing. There is one or two scenes in it that kind of took me back to The Thing, practically speaking. Nothing near as good as The Thing, but it does remind you of it. There's one particular moment in it, again, I don't want to say too much, but it reminds you of the Blair creature at the end of The Thing. If you know this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there is some usages there as well when it comes to CGI, and for the most part, some of them do look good, some of them do look a bit datish. They actually got Industrial Light and Magic to do the visuals on this, which is unheard of when it comes to John Carpenter. I never thought he would ever have the budget to actually be able to get ILM in. And like I said, for the most part, they do a good job, but just brace yourself for one or two dated looking CGI effects. The cast all round is fantastic. Sam Neill once again being the star of the show, no surprise there. That man has starred in so many great horror movies. I think you kind of forget sometimes, you know, that Sam Neill has starred in so many greats. The likes of Possession, Omen 3, Event Horizon, In the Mouth of Madness. He is a wonderful, wonderful actor. And this is probably one of my favourite performances from him. It goes without saying, folks, if there's a chance that you have not checked out In the Mouth of Madness, trust me, it is worth checking out. It's one of those movies that you're going to be sitting there and you're just going to be like, where the hell is this movie going? And I think it delivers, and it has a John Carpenter ending. I'll say nothing more about it. It has a good John Carpenter ending. Right, so with that said, I'm going to take you around this release, give you a good look at it, and then I'm going to come back and review that 4K picture. So, here we go. Right, so here we go, In the Mouth of Madness. Now, I have to tell you, I am loving the newly commissioned artwork that we get on this one. No surprise there, you know me, red and black, love that colour scheme. But as you can see, it's quite a busy looking slipcover here. You've got that beautiful looking church that you see in the movie. As you can see, you can sort of see the tentacles in the background. And of course, you got the book itself down below. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take you in and let you have a good look at this image. I know there's a lot of people out there that weren't crazy with the newly commissioned artwork on this one, but I have to say is I really do like it. But look, that's just me. So in terms of the rating down there, by the way, it is unfortunately part of the slipcover. Anyway, that is the newly commissioned artwork. I'll take us then on to the spine of this one. And I'm sure the opposite spine is the exact same. It is indeed. And then, of course, right around to the back. And, of course, you got the synopsis up top. You got your 4K features in the middle. And then, of course, your credits down below. So I just wanted to quickly take you in and let you have a look at all of those special features. And as you see, there is quite a lot on this one. And if there's a chance that you haven't seen it already, you'll notice that the Horrors Hallowed Ground episode with Sean Clark is part of this release. And if you're into your location videos, trust me, that feature is definitely worth checking out. So that's the back of the box. So I'm going to remove the slipcover. And as you can see, we have got the same artwork once again. Got a high gloss finish on the slipcover. You got a matte finish on the hard box itself. And as you can see, there is quite a difference there in terms of colour. Anyway, so I'm not going to spend too much time with this because, yeah, it's the same artwork. So I'm going to just move on. And the spine is the exact same as well. Now, I have to tell you, is the back, look at this. Come on, Arrow, you can do better than this. That is ridiculous. A simple black finish with the Arrow logo. Now, for me, that's lazy. They could have put some great image on the back of that. And it is frustrating because when you see the artwork that's on the alternate artwork on the Amaray, you know, again, they could have put that on the back of it, but they opted to, yeah, give us this. So that's very disappointing. It really is. Anyway, moving on to the contents. Actually, I just want to actually show you what way the contents sit in there, and as you can see, they're quite snug. And onto them we go. Right, so what I'll do is I'll start with the booklet that you get here. And as you can see, you've got it's like a rip. Again, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly the significance of that. And once again, you've got Sam Neill there with all the crosses on him. It's a very creepy looking image, it has to be said. So yeah, I quite like that. This is the back of it, and that is one of so many creatures that you're going to see throughout this movie. So again, if you're familiar with Arrow, you know exactly what to expect with the booklet. You got about the presentation in the back. And then the rest of it is just a complete write-up of the movie. I'm sure they're covering the cast, a little bit of everything. So Arrow always go through a good bit of effort in terms of the booklets. And this one is no different. So there you have it. So that's a booklet, and it's actually quite a thick booklet. There's actually a lot going on. Anyway, move that to a side. Now, we have got the double-sided poster, and I have to tell you, I had the biggest smile on my face when I seen this artwork right here. Look at that. So that is actually kind of something that you see in the movie. It's the actual cover of, I think that's the cover of the novel, or is it the cover of the movie? Again, I don't want to say too much, but like, you got Sam Neill, you got the creepy church in the background, of course you got one of the creatures there as well. Now, I can't get this poster in frame. The paper is done with that lovely paper that we've all come to expect with Arrow Video. So what I'll do is I'll just slowly pan it down, and you'll see up in the top, you've just got Sutter Kane written on the top. Apologies, I can't move it any further, folks. But I think you should get an idea of what that's all about. So yes, loved seeing that poster part of this release. It was really a surprise. And this is the opposite side. And as you can see, it is the artwork that was on the main slipcover and the hard box itself. So I really don't have to maneuver this around. You should be able to get a good idea, or you know exactly what it's all about, I should say. So yes, loving the poster with this one. And I might consider hanging that Sutter Kane poster up. Very impressed. So that's the poster. And onto the Amaray we go. So as you can see, I have turned the artwork and stuck with the original poster artwork for this movie. Rightfully so. But there is different artwork, which I will show you now on the opposite side. But I just wanted to give you a good look at it. So if you're familiar with this movie, you know exactly what this artwork is all about. Anyway, right around to the back, and it's more of the same. And inside, we have got the 4K disc. You don't get a Blu-ray with this release. Again, we've come to expect that with Arrow. And of course, you got an upcoming title, which is The Birthday. Now, what I'll do is I'll just quickly remove this cover and show you the alternate. And this is it right here. So, like I said, they could have easily put that onto the back of the hard rigid box. So that was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I do like the image on this one. And as you can see, it does complement this artwork quite nicely. I'll just put it side by side. Look at that. So yeah, at least that option is there for you. So there you have it, folks. That is everything when it comes to this beautiful looking release of In the Mouth of Madness. Right, so on to the 4K transfer. So like I said at the start of this video, Arrow Video once again delivering on another stunning 4K restoration. And I'm not surprised, because if you're familiar with John Carpenter on 4K, up to this point, every single one of his movies look great. And I'm happy to report it has continued with In the Mouth of Madness. Now, I have to tell you, Arrow have done a wonderful job cleaning this image up. I couldn't find any instances of dirt or debris on the image. Very, very clean picture. The grain structure is very light and it stays that way consistently throughout. Grain haters, you have absolutely nothing to worry about here. Black levels are intense on this one. They really, really are beautifully deep. There's one scene that I need to single out. It's the bit where the girl is driving the car while Sam Neill is asleep. Let's just say some weird shit happens. Just check out the black levels throughout that entire segment. They look incredible. They really do. Borderline reference quality. But it's the implementation of Dolby Vision, once again, is the star of the show here, folks. They look stunning. It's one of those movies that, look, it looks great for the first I don't know, 20 minutes of the movie. But it's when they get to Hobbs' End, it's almost like that's when Dolby Vision gets to flex its muscles. And again, there's two scenes that I needed to single out because they literally took my breath away. It's that scene when they get to Hobbs' End and they go to the hotel. And just look at that image when they start pulling up to it and you see all those kind of trees and the kind of autumn look to it. The Dolby Vision really adds so much to the image. And then the segment where they come across that beautiful looking church, which apparently got torn down. I was absolutely devastated when I heard that. When you see the church and you see how beautiful it is, how could you actually tear that down? But anyway, yeah, that entire segment, when you see all the greenery around this church and you see all the detail on the church itself, it really is a sight. It just looks like there's just so much depth to the image. It looks insanely beautiful. It's incredible what Arrow Video have accomplished here when it comes to this 4K restoration. The fine detail is incredible throughout as well, particularly on facial details. You can make out every single, wrinkle and pore. There's just so much to marvel at here. Not just that, even the interiors, exteriors of buildings look amazing. The makeup effects on the creatures, again, everything holds up under the scrutiny of 4K. This is an absolutely stunning effort from Arrow Video. And it goes without saying, folks, this is hands down the best this movie has ever looked. Chances are it's the best it's ever going to look. Nothing can top this. Now, it comes with a very aggressive DTS 5.1 audio, and I was really, really impressed with this one. It's a good active mix. I was really appreciating a lot of the low-end bass that you hear throughout it. Don't be expecting too much, but when it does happen, I think you're going to massively appreciate it. It will rumble the room out quite a bit. But there is a nice bit of activity there when it comes to the rear channels, and the dialogue sounds very, very clean. I've had no issues, absolutely no issues with the DTS 5.1 audio. I know a few people out there will be disappointed that Dolby Atmos wasn't part of this release, but I have to tell you, don't be too downhearted, because this 5.1 is no slouch and it gets the job done. So there you have it, folks. That is my review of In the Mouth of Madness, and I have to tell you, I am a little relieved, even though Arrow Video was doing the restoration and I knew I had nothing to worry about. It is a movie that I love from John Carpenter, and there was that fear that maybe Arrow might cock this one up, but I'm happy to report they have done the complete opposite. It's a wonderful 4K image, it sounds amazing as well, and die-hard fans of this movie, you're going to be so impressed by what you see and hear. So with that said, I am going to let you go. So as per usual, if you did look what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could do, leave a comment down below, and please share your thoughts on this movie. And what did you think of the 4K restoration of this one? And yeah, I hope to see us all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.